Hello, TheLadyKeziah here. When marriage becomes a game of diplomacy and protocols, a difficult and yet necessary conversation that we would have to have. This video would resonate with a lot of African married women, but the opposite is equally true too. If you're a man, you find meaning in this, but the focus is the African married woman. Some of you are married to spouses who, because of their social status, are considered as big men, big women, just like I said. In society, a CEO of a company, a chief, a leader of a religious group, a politician. We know these kind of people, or some on profile, and yet your marriage life has become full of diplomacy and protocols, nothing to hold and to love. For the purposes of this video, I'll categorize these women into three, although there might be many others. The first category would have to do with a well-to-do man. You are married to a well-to-do man, financially solvent. At a snap of his fingers, things happen for you financially. You have struggled through life with him, built a life together. You have children, houses, businesses, and yet no love. Very apathetic. Some of you might even stay at different places or different communities or even different countries because of the nature of this man's work. The second class of women are those who married for love. These men had nothing to their names, but you believed so much in love. So you've struggled with them through life. Some of you are even still struggling. But you've come to terms that love alone is not enough to build any long-lasting relationship. Now you've realized you need commitment, you need accountability and devotion, but it's not worth coming. And yet you don't have the courage to walk away. Someone might ask, why would you be with a man who is not committed to you, who is not devoted to you? Yes, many a time you ask these things. You ask these questions. The truth of the matter is, every woman marries with the hope that a man will evolve and be prosperous. Watch my video. Getting married to his reality and not his potential. And you understand the more. So these women will support their men in anticipation. They will support body, soul, and spirit in anticipation. But what they are not trained to understand is that it will require the man to be ambitious enough to know where he wants to go with his life and how to get there. A woman cannot drag his man up. If the man has attitudinal cooperation, where he even has no idea how to change his life, there's nothing much you can do as a wife, regardless of your capacity. The universe is watching for this man to arise. I know you had high hopes, but honey, hope deferred makes the heart sick. But a dream fulfilled is a tree of life. That is scripture. Proverbs 13, chapter 12. So you had high hopes and you've waited and worked and worked. I understand. The third category, you married him for the prestige that comes with his status, the good and soft life. He was already made man. You knew he had no time for you. And yet you wanted to marry him so badly So he gave you what you wanted. You thought money and living big was just enough, only to get into the marriage and I realized that you needed something extra. As always, I'm here to give you tips to keep you on the straight and narrow so you don't lose your sanity. Number one, find comfort in your own company. Understand self-sufficiency. It is because of where you are socialized. If you are in the first and second category where accountability is not there, there's no leadership, financially you're struggling. It is because of your socialization that makes you think the man is to do everything financially. If he is a good man by your definition, but not ambitious in life, don't be stuck, girl. You can work and get your own money to support yourself and your children. You chose a father for them. Therefore, if the father is not up to, if it's not up and about, you would have to improvise. The day you said, I do, the day your parents asked whether they could accept your bride price and you said yes, you chose the father for your children. So if this father is not performing, you would have to improvise. As a woman, you are like a tea bag. You have no idea how strong you are until you start living. If you are in the last category, you chose money, you chose the soft and the good life, and you're getting to realize you need other things, you get to know where you stand also. Instead of being lonely, sad, and depressed, be present in your children's life. That is if you have children. If you don't have a children, get some other things to do with your life. If you're 40 and above and you have no child of yours, you can also adapt. It is when we're ignorant and naive that we thought children would just have to be biological. Many of the people that would do you good in this life, many of them, you have no biological ties with them. It doesn't just take money to raise wholesome children. So spend time in your children's lives and raise wholesome children that you'll be proud of, whether biological or adopted. Number 3, don't let marriage be your highest achievement in this life. Use your time. The time you were expecting to have been with this man, the love you wanted to give, but is restricting you. Use that time and that love to develop and deploy the woman in you. Go back to school if you can afford it. Build a business. Learn another language. Pick a project and work on it. Number 4, learn to compartmentalize your life. The men have a way of doing this so beautifully, but the African women, many are not trained to do this. They don't even know what that means because you are raised to get married and see your husband as your God, right? Yes, your God. You get to know why very soon. He's supposed to be your spouse and lover. That if the marriage marinates into lovers, people are married 20, 30, 40 years and above, and they are still not lovers. Even their friendship is questionable. As an African woman, many of you were socialized into getting married and making your husband your spouse and your lover. Your father, your brother, your friend, your lover, your provider, your protector, your perseverer. I mean, your gossip partner. Yes, your God, right? No wonder unmet expectations are destroying our relationships. Number 5, know your psychology. Understand yourself as a woman. You can do a SWOT analysis. Many of you, whenever you hear SWOT analysis, all that comes to your mind is that is for business. No. SWOT analysis, yes, is a framework for identifying and analyzing an organization's strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. These words make up the SWOT acronym. The primary goal of the SWOT analysis is to increase awareness of the factors that go into making a business decision or establishing a business strategy. But honey, listen to your sister. Your life is a whole business, and you are the CEO of that business. Therefore, list your needs from the most important to the least important. That is, if you're already married, and find out which of these that your husband can appropriately provide. If you're a single lady, choose a man that meets the most important ones for you so you can improvise. Don't buy into the idea that a man is supposed to provide all your needs. If not, it's not a man enough. The men are even struggling with their own emotional needs. They can't take care of everything for you as a woman. Find out what he can compensate with other things, and you are good to go. Build community around your other needs. Just like I said, compartmentalize your life. Find what he can do for you and what you can improvise by building community around your other needs. Simple. Number 6, seek professional help if this is affecting your mental health. And to the African woman, marriage is not oxygen. Marriage is not oxygen. So you can still have your peace of mind regardless of all these. You can replace every other thing with your peace of mind. Let your focus be on you, your purpose in this life. Number 7, take care of yourself, spiritually, economically, and financially. When you start taking good care of yourself, you start feeling better, you start looking better, and you start emitting better energy into the universe. And therefore, better things come to you in return. The secret that no mama, no auntie told you when growing up is that when a man who has paid your bride price decides to be audacious with disrespect, you have a right to be courageous with your boundaries too. When a man starts treating you with contempt, know that his heart is no more with you. For your own sanity and growth, learn to take a decision. You can cry in the storm or dance in the rain. The decision is yours. Some of you are stuck in these relationships because your life is built all around these men. Without them, nothing is left of you. From your feeding to clothing to housing to accommodation to everything. There are others that these men know you love them to hell and back. You will do everything possible because you love them and they know it. So they are manipulating your life to their tunes. Are you a happy person? If you love a man, does he love you back in return? Who said love is supposed to be one way? And mostly you, a woman, should love a man the more, and he's treating you with disrespect and contempt in return. Are you a happy woman? Do you want to live like this for the rest of your life? Ladies, when you hear people asking you to add value to your lives, all it simply means is do something with your life such that you'll be able to support your lifestyle and your children shouldn't run into such difficulties. In a part of the world that when you decide to walk away from an unproductive relationship with a man and the father of your children, he can decide not to cater for the children. He can decide to use this as a bait to get you stuck to him. If you're a single lady and you are watching, get your own life before you become somebody else's wife, as in the words of Beyonce. Get a life before you become somebody else's wife. And when you get married, continue building that life such that if your marriage is the healthier and functional one, it would profit your husband and your children too. And should it happen the other way around, you can as well have something to fall on. Just like I always tell you, there are decisions that nobody has the right to tell you what to do and how to do it. You know what to do. You really know what to do. I am only giving you tips to keep you on the straight and narrow so you don't lose your sanity. There are some conversations that are difficult and yet they are necessary. Life is all about opportunity cost. You know what you are trading in and you know what you are getting back in return. Take a critical look at your life and decide whether what you want is what you are getting. What you ordered is what has been shipped to you. And do the needful. Life is supposed to be lived. Marriage is not just supposed to be endured. Think about these things and put your comments in the comment section there for somebody else to equally learn. Yours truly, the Lady Keziah. Much love and blessings.